Okay. Here we are.
We have tried Riverside, we have tried YouTube, we have tried FaceTime, we have tried carrier pigeons,
Zoom for the win.
right? I'll tell you what, Zoom maximized and capitalized during
I'll tell you,
the
well,
thing of which
the thing of which we will never speak. I just spent, well, how was I long down here today? 6 hours teaching on it again
nice.
today because of the
Yeah.
snowstorm. So, um, and I had to go out of town last week unexpectedly and pivoted and did the majority of my lessons too.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, so definitely Zoom. I don't think we hardly used it before
Yeah. Yeah,
the
rarely.
year of our Lord 2020. So,
Yeah. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay.
our
Yeah.
recording.
So anyway, so yeah, so we've been dealing with the sheep and it's been fun. It's I know
I love it.
I know jack squat about sheep, but learning.
I think you need another business card. This time it's Mo Barrett, comma, sheep farmer.
Yeah, sheep surfer. I
Or
tell you
sheep
what,
surfer.
I am about ready to throw out. I can't even tell you how many. I think I just mentioned it to you yesterday. I'm like, I'm not ordering any more business cards because I order them, come up with a new tagline. I feel like my whole life I live in taglines,
I love that though.
and now that we've got the full stop, like now I want to like make business cards for the full stop. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Vistaprint has called and said it's been 2 weeks since the last time you made a business card.
We're
Are
concerned.
you okay? But
It's a cry for help, really.
seriously, and I'm sure if I'm not on Canva every day, they're gonna well they'll ping you because it's your account. But
That was your happy place.
it is my happy place.
It is.
I will tell you though, this stupid yarning thing, I
Okay, wait. This stupid yarning thing, aka crocheting.
yeah. Um, yeah, it's addicting. But I will say that I think sometimes I have an addictive personality, so not like people are addicted to me, like I get addicted to things, but so that could be it. I don't know.
Well,
Or-
I think again, and we've talked about this, is there's something you're bringing order out of chaos. So you're just
Mhm.
taking or order out of something very ordinary, a ball of yarn, and you're turning it into something. And I always love exactly. And your stitch tension, Moe, for being a new crocheter,
Wait, hang on. Is this like
a
sexy
new
crochet
hooker,
talk? Your stitch
your
tension.
stitch tension, the way you hold that hook. No, your stitch tension is beautiful. It is like just right. And I'm very impressed because when I was a young child crocheter, I it took me the longest time to get this. I would just stitch way too tight.
Well, the corners are not going well. I don't know what's
So
happening.
I'll show you Mike. So okay, so let's preface just a little bit. So Mo decided when we finished our temperature scarves, which are completely done by the way, and we'll have to show them because we haven't really shown them here. Um, Last week we preempted our broadcast a little bit because again I had an emergency trip out of state, so we preempted something that we had recorded Friday, and that was us putting the edge around our scarves, and they're gorgeous. And I've been wearing mine, and it's quite a conversation piece. You were showing yours to your mom the other day when
Mhm.
we were down there, and explaining it to her. So I asked Mo, I was like, well, what do you want to make next? Now, Mo doesn't like to make things. She just likes to make stitches,
I just like to go back and forth
which is
and
fine.
back and forth.
But she's
Is it fine
somewhere.
though? Because I seem to get a lot of crap from you and Alyssa.
And Alyssa. But I asked her, I said, what are you going to do with the rest of your temperature yarn? And what are you going to make next? To which she replies, stitches. But she said, I'm going to make a corner to corner, which is a very specific pattern. So then I got a little bit like, well, I've never made a corner to corner. So I am making a corner to corner as well. So I started mine while I was in Ohio, and I added the greens today.
Ooh, I like that green.
Isn't that pretty?
Okay, listen.
So
So
this is so I just turned, and I
so
decided,
let's
Moe,
so
we
let's
talked
just
about this.
hang on. Let's just recap what happened. Mo learned how to do a corner to corner. I'm
Mhm.
you. Mo learned how to do a corner to corner, so I decided to make a corner to corner also. So Katie then holds up this monstrous blanket And meanwhile, I'm like, here's my
No.
corner.
No, you made like what a million squares and they're gorgeous. And you got a blocking board, which I don't have. So
Hey, you want to see my, what's it called? Yarn tension? What's it called? What's it called?
stop. You're not allowed to swear we're recording.
What's it called?
Your stitch tension.
Yeah, hey, okay, hey, just rewind. Hey, you want to see my stitch tension? Have you ever seen stitch tension like
I'm
this?
not.
This is yarn porn.
It's very sexy.
I ain't seen stitch
Anyway.
tension like that since World War II.
She made a whole bunch of squares and she has a blocking board now because she's bougie like that. And
You told me to buy it.
I know, and it's beautiful. And I've told you to buy it so I can borrow it. No, but
Returned
then
it. It's gonna be in an Amazon return box. Keep an eye out for it.
then she decided she was going to try so we have both. I've literally almost lost sleep over this. The corner to corner pattern, the figuring out the math of it, and I finally, Moe, I texted you yesterday while I was in the middle of a lesson. I finally figured it out. Because I told you I don't want to make a square blanket. I want to increase, maintain, and then decrease. I want to make a rectangle, and I figured it out finally. So I'm very happy.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. So how
you.
much snow did you guys get? You got you can explain the math, but don't do it unless you're in person because I don't
Okay.
I don't
But
math.
this is my other corner, and I'm making rectangles, so you can see it's going to have this stripe, and then I'm going to go back to this color, and then I'm going to do this pattern backwards. And then
we
did
use
you
that
see?
green to edge our scarves?
Because I didn't realize I had it. I have so much yarn. Well, you can use it. You can use it for whatever you want. I have like 3
I don't want it
skeins
now.
of
It's like sloppy seconds. I don't want somebody else's yarn tension.
Moe, did you see the link I sent you earlier tonight? Did you
Yeah,
see
for
what?
the State Farm for sheep shearing or something. What was it? I don't know.
It's a state fair,
Okay.
Maryland State Fair.
For my sheep.
But I have always wanted to enter something I've crocheted into the fair because they have all the building with all the things.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking about entering my corner to corner blanket
Nice.
into the fair. So,
Well, if they have the
but I wonder if
dollhouse, if they have the dollhouse version, I would like to show off my yarn tension
okay,
at the state fair.
get judged on it. When it's so cute because like the prizes are like first place $12.
How random.
Second place $8. Wait, third place $5.
Is this current day or is this like 1950s pricing? Are you looking this up in like a farmer's almanac from
I just
1872?
thought it was really cute. And last year, one of my students took this random selfie she had taken and entered it into the photography category and won like a first place ribbon for it. It was so funny.
So here's something I'm going to say. And I'm looking at a certificate that I kept, and the only reason I framed it and kept it was because of this lesson that I learned.
Okay.
So when I was going through the Naval War College for my for my master's degree, there was a writing competition sponsored by a military organization, and I'm like, whatever. I love to write, and so
Yeah, you're good at
and
it.
we're writing anyway. There was papers we had to write, and so one of the papers I was most proud of, for whatever reason, from an academic standpoint, was I wrote about social media in the military. I couldn't even tell you what it was about, but I had this paper that I was really proud of. It was somebody had said, there's all these writing competitions, and they said, a lot of times nobody applies. And so if nobody applies or very few people apply, your chances of winning are better.
Yeah.
It's just math, right? So when one of one. So I'm like, okay, so I submitted my social media in the military paper to this random writing competition for a paper I had to write anyway for a class. Ended up winning $1,000 and a lifetime membership to this thing. But I think about it all the time, and that's why I actually framed it and kept it on my wall, is because a lot of times people don't enter something, and I mean that like literally, and I also mean it
Yeah.
figuratively. They don't step into the ring
Yeah. Yeah.
for whatever reason. they self-eliminate. And I think about that all the time where I mean, it was a decent paper, I guess. I don't know. I love to write, so it wasn't it, and again, it was done because I had to submit it anyway. So I'm like, here, just one extra piece of form I had to fill out, and $1,000 later, I'm like, okay,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Can,
So
can I tell you about one of the most memorable things I ever won?
sure,
And I didn't win. I think I got second place actually.
okay.
I
So
was,
$8, got it.
yeah, exactly. I was a senior in high school, and our senior English teacher, Mrs. Stoneburner, she had a reputation for being a very hard teacher, and she was. A lot of people would go to college and say that senior English with her was harder than freshman college English in college. Anyway, the local radio station, WMRN in Marion, Ohio, was doing a ad contest where you had to write an ad. So we had to write two ads and actually submit them to the contest. They were homework and we had to submit them. So I spent the night before writing one of them. And I had this really bad habit my senior year of doing my English homework in first period math because I had English second period. So first period
Because you're a
advanced math,
planner. Yeah, good.
second period honors English. And I would write my honors English homework in advanced math sometimes. Well, so I wrote the first one the night before and I had one more to write. So I literally during math class like crapped out this like quick blah blah blah, submitted it. I won second place in the entire contest. I got to go to the local radio station and record my commercial in the
Cool.
booth at the radio station. And I
They're
think my
still
friend
playing it
Jamie,
on KW WRFE.
WMRN.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I won. I don't remember, like, I think I won some money and stuff, but I remember it was like competition for the best salad bar. And I drew these salad bowls with bodies like on the podium. I can picture. I'll have to find it. I've got it somewhere, I'm sure. But
I'll just contact the
it was
radio
for the
station.
restaurant Bonanza. I don't know if you had a
But
Bonanza.
hang on,
There
this
was
is
like
for a
Bonanza
radio
and
station?
Ponderosa. It was a commercial for a local restaurant that was submitted to the radio station.
In
But
in in,
I
in
just always thought it was ironic that the commercial I wrote the night before and spent all the time on, and then the one I just crapped out in math class is the one that won.
So what's the lesson you're teaching here? Just wait till the last minute. Only
Procrastination.
takes a minute. I'm a little,
Procrastination pays, kids.
you can do it tomorrow. So, but here's my question though. So
Mm.
you have these salad bowls, you anthropomorphize salad bowls
I did.
and for a radio station ad.
I don't know. There was something about it was a publishing part of it too. No, that might have been something different actually. That might have been two different things. I grew up in a very small town. Oh, hold on. Anyway, I just remember how ironic it was that the paper that I was like writing 20 minutes before it was due was the one that won. So,
I don't know if that's a commentary on your procrastination skills or the level of evaluation at the radio station. So, but, three cheers to
anyway,
anthropomorphized salad.
meanwhile, you're in Naval War College getting one of your master's degrees and winning $1,000. I'm drawing a salad bowl with a freaking body on it. So
In high
that's where
school.
we are.
In high school, it's different. Yeah. So
That
I
says a lot about a lot.
no, we all heard it. Yeah, I just yeah. So well, good luck at the state fair. I think that's awesome.
It's something I've always wanted to do.
Then
And
do it.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
stopping you?
nothing. And it's interesting because there's like an application prop, but they even take like walk-ins. If you like walk in, the 2 days of submission, bring it in. I'm actually also getting ready to do a pattern test. My friend Alyssa, who I crochet with, writes patterns, and she released this pattern for 5. They're called the love bugs, and they are
Oh,
so
I
cute.
like her
So that's
commercials.
Oh my gosh, she does such great stuff. So I'm gonna, and she likes people to pattern. I've pattern tested 2 other patterns for her, and she likes the feedback. Like, was there anything confusing? Did it not make sense? And her patterns are so cute. She's got all these like fun facts about the bugs that you're
You've
making, and
worked on a lot of her Hooters, right?
2 of them, yes.
I feel like I can see one, just the purple part in the corner of your screen there. There's
Alexander.
Alyssa's
Oh, he's under
Hooters.
my sweater. My sweater's drying on
Well,
him.
you
Sorry.
should keep your Hooters covered.
Anyway,
So,
but yeah, so
what have we learned so far,
I'm
everybody?
gonna make a dragonfly.
Procrastination pays, and keep your Hooters covered with good yarn
We are
tension.
educators first.
So, listen, speaking
Oh
of
my
educating
God.
people,
Punchy.
so,
Yeah.
so speaking of educating people, I am just dreading that this is still dry January. Speaking of educating people,
You got 5 days to go.
listen, Katie came over the other night, and I made you a White Russian, and I
Yes.
was so close to pouring myself one, and I said no, I've got just like 5 days left, or however many
You
days it is.
literally poured it and unpoured it. Like I was
I did.
impressed.
And what did I have instead?
You had ZzzQuil
On the
on
rocks,
ice.
0 out of 5 stars. It was terrible. There's a reason they give you a little shot glass. It is not, yeah.
It's
If
not meant
you,
to be savored. It's meant to be thrown
it's
back.
yeah. So it's on my table. As soon
Oh,
as I get
no,
done
but
with this call, I will
I
be.
appreciate that. You made a good White Russian too. It was quite good.
Well,
I
I'll know.
needed
I'll
it.
never know. I was
I
asleep.
needed it. I had a stressful week.
Yeah.
So I needed it. But
Well,
you make this is you're silly. You're punchy. Um Anyway, so yeah, so we've got all this snow and ice on the ground. We both still managed to maintain power today, which is good.
yeah.
And I still worked today, pretty much. I had church online and
Mm,
then pretty much worked a regular schedule today. So
good.
even though it was a snow day, it was still a work day.
Yeah.
But I think just knowing that it's a snow day, there's something about that that's kind of nice. So
Yeah. I didn't. I treated it like a snow day, and so I acted
good.
like I was retired and just played with sheep and worked on
I
my
love that you're wearing pajama pants and a sweater, though.
yarn
I'm kind of
tension.
doing the same. So, like for church, I was like, okay, I've actually been wearing like sweater, and then, but I have like my sweatpants and my thick socks and stuff on. So,
Are
business
you
on
like
top.
God judges you or what? I mean, yeah, you're fine. Well, so
Yeah.
I was fascinated too because just the timing. So if everything had worked out today, we would have been in New York and we would have been sitting on a bus as extras in
Yeah.
Jeanette's movie. Um, and as it were, unfortunately, they had to cancel the shoot today, not because we couldn't go, but because of the snow. But we knew that we couldn't go up and be extras. I just thought it'd be so cool that, we could sit in her movie because just fully support her movie and the story that she's telling. The movie's called Suitcase. Um, and it was just a really cool serendipitous turn of a series of events that happened, but also highlighted
Mhm.
her family's tradition of waving a white handkerchief out the window when they would drive away or something like that. So they were supposed to be shooting today up in New York, and we couldn't make it to be at extras, which totally would have gone up there and done that. But since we
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
go, we made a little care package. You and I, we took two little buses and we wrapped it. Everything was wrapped in a white handkerchief. So we had a little bus. We wrapped it up in a white handkerchief, and another bus. I think there was two buses because there's two of us. And then I think we bought like I don't know 8 packs of gum, but it's the extra gum, right? Because we were supposed to be
Yep.
extras.
And we're
And
extra. So there's
yeah,
our.
one of those is. But so but and then Jeanette did an unboxing video, and I felt kind of bad because she goes, oh, these two, I have all these expectations, and I kind of felt like we felt shy of it. However, I think about this will all tie together in some weird way, hopefully. It just depends on my tension. But part of the reason I wanted to send her the gift, because we could have just sent a card, and we talk about the full stop, which is interrupt the rush, pause with intention, and add a tiny twist. And as soon as I knew that we couldn't make it up, one of the things that you and I talked about was we wrote a little card and just to let her know that we were thinking about her, that we were cheering her on, and stuff like that. But to me, the tiny twist was not only sending gum that said extra on it because you are extra and we were going to be extras, um, but to wrap it up in the white handkerchief and to kind of package it all up like that. And I had put 2 pieces of chocolate because when I asked for her mailing address, she goes, "Oh, are you sending me chocolate?" I'm like, "Well, now I feel like I have to," so I just
Well,
put
now
two
I
Reese's
have to.
peanut butter cups. Anyway, but I love doing stuff like that because she not just because she appreciates it, but because she gets it. Like she understood the significances of why we put the bus in there. She understands the significance of why we wrapped up everything in white handkerchiefs because that is pivotal to the family tradition.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
understood the gum being called extra because we say that we're extra and we were going to be extras. Like
Extra. Yeah.
so, and it's interesting because I always think through things when I'm going to send somebody, like, my whole thing with postage stamps. When I write a letter,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I will put on 78 cents worth of stamps, and it may be a 27, a 37, a 29, and whatever math ends up. And I have to write the address really small because it's all filled with stamps.
All filled with stamps, all covered.
But to me, those are the tiny twists. Like we could have sent her gum and said, we wish we could be extras. We could have sent her just a card. We could have just sent her a text. But to me, all the tiny twists that we did, especially for her, a lot of it is because she would get it. And she did. And that
Oh,
was the
she
coolest
did.
part is that, like, to me, everything I go through now in my day is these filters of not just the full stop of stopping and appreciating something or having some intention behind why we stop, but it's that last part of adding a tiny twist. And I'm like, that's my favorite part, and it's just like, again, my twists are different for people that I know will get it. Like, you understand when you leave your Crocs at my house and I return them, one in the mail and one in the back of your car with gibbets in every hole. And that's not a euphemism. I mean, there was something stuck in every hole. Also not a euphemism. There was a gibbet in every hole of your Croc. You get that. Like, there's some people that are like, what, why are these, you get it. Jeanette gets it. And so, like, I always think about the tiny twist actually depends on the person for whom I'm twisting. Does that make sense?
And but you're so good at it, Mo. You're so intentional
I
and
am
thoughtful.
retired. I have time to think about it. And
Everything has meaning though. It's so, and I found that early on, back to the eyelash letter, back to when I auditioned for The Voice, you gave me this, you made a lay out of mesh with all these mini things, and each one represented something, and all the puns, and just it's beautiful. And you've really made me want to elevate the way I give gifts or give anything and escalate it, and because it just means more. So yeah, it was great. And Jeanette, like the fact that she did a live unboxing
yeah,
video of that
yeah,
was just, she's good people and
yeah,
so grateful. We met her at TripCon
yeah.
and in Charleston, and just really good serendipitous meetings
Hmm.
and good
Yeah.
people. So
Well, I think the other thing too is again, this is serendipitous, the timing of it. Like
yeah,
she received the care package on the day when she had decided that she had to
yeah,
cancel, like ahead of the snowstorm. So, I mean, again, some of those things just fall in line, but I always say, like, just meet destiny halfway. Like the harder you work at something, the luckier you seem to be. And so it just like we put all that thought into all those things, put it in the mail, and for whatever reason, because I think I mailed it on Martin Luther King Day, so which means it didn't go out till Tuesday, and
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
it's got to get there before Sunday. Well, then it came there on the day before Sunday, but it came on the day
yeah.
when
It's perfect.
had to make the decision to cancel the shoot. So
Yeah. And
anyway,
she
it's
was
gonna
already, I think, in her feels, and it just hit all at the right
yeah,
time. So
yeah. So anyway, but I always think about that. Just the tiny twist. It matters for whom you're
absolutely.
twisting, and it's super easy and it's super fun. But
I like that, for whom you're twisting.
yeah,
For whom you're twisting.
yeah.
It's good. It's good.
What's that for the bells toll?
For whom the bells toll. I
Yeah,
think it's
for
Ernest
whom the
Hemingway.
twist
For Ernest
turns.
Hemingway, wasn't he the one that lived at Key West and had the six-toed cat or something like that?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Hemingway cats. Yeah,
Yeah. We didn't see any of the cats. We saw
bunch of
chickens.
cocks. Yeah.
My sister, my sister is at my parents', and I've been making scrambled eggs for my dad several mornings in a row when I was there, and she said that she had to take over egg duty, and she was nervous because Dad liked the way I was making eggs. I asked her if she had apprehension. I was kind of proud of that one. Anyway, speaking of puns, so
Anyway,
um, So our Galentine's Day show's coming up. Just take a hard left turn here.
Wow, saw
But I'm
that.
excited because Mo and I have been doing a lot of work on it. And I was telling Mo, one of the things that I really appreciate about working with her is, first of all, we really prepare and we really get geeky and dorky when we prepare. We really dig into how we want to do things because, like, not just is it going to be funny, but why is it going to be funny and why does it land? That kind of thing. And we did a Galentine's Day show a couple of years ago, I
Yeah.
guess, not last year, but the year before. And we could have just turned around and regurgitated that Galentine's Day show and done it
Which was
exactly the
actually the
same.
plan. Which was actually
It
the
kind of
plan.
was. We were like, oh, we got this. But the more we dug in, the more we realized that there were just some things we wanted to up level. And even this past weekend when we were working, there's one story that we had that we've always told with a certain point, and we want to make it a different point. So I just love, I love thinking about the people that are going to be in the audience that are going to get to have this unforgettable experience with us, and that we're putting we're literally putting a full stop into February and into even Valentine's Day, making it a little bit different and giving it a twist.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yep.
I'm really, really excited. And Mo and I've been working very hard on getting things updated and better than they were. And so we're super excited.
Well, and it's interesting too. So our coach Kimberly always tells us to, keep a story arsenal, and I do. I have multiple pages in my disc bound notebook of all the different stories, but I also have a 3x5 card catalog of each story, and with on that card is the different lessons that can get pulled. So, and actually,
Yep.
we had to actually power through that discussion because we were talking about a story, and we've always told it with the lesson of
Perception and
communication. It was a
yeah,
communication, and
yeah,
we've used that in workshops, in some of our leadership workshops, but it's always been about misinterpretation, or you said tone of voice. It was always about communication. You said something and I took it this way and you meant it that
yeah,
way, blah blah blah. But we realized, like, because we revamped the show so we can elevate it from the last time, the way we were entering into the story, actually the story needs to have a different point.
yep,
So now that means we have to, like, change. We're not changing any of the facts, but we're changing the point of the story in the lesson and the insight away from that. So and that kind of hit us like probably 3 hours into rehearsal, because we drove an hour, rehearsed, and then it was on the drive back. So we're like, we
it's
were
on the
in
drive
hour
back.
3 of rehearsal when we were like, hang on a second, that's not the point of this. That's not why we're telling the story. So why are we telling
Yeah,
the story? Well, it's this point. Okay, well, you can make that point. And I think about it all the time with all these different things that you witness. Like, they
yep,
can have different points and insights and takeaways and lessons that we can pull from that, and it doesn't always have to be the same every time, and it can be the same incident, because this is the same exact incident, but so
and this
that
story's
stuff
been on
fascinates me.
it's been on the run of show since we started the run of show. It's not like, hey, let's do this story,
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, we need to talk about how we're going to tell this story. And then we realize, like, oh,
Yeah.
we got to change it a little bit.
Yeah,
So
that was
I
cool.
and
That
I
was
love that. I love, and I know I told you this, Mo, what you and I do together is so fulfilling because I love how hard we work at being creative and spontaneous. We work
oh,
really hard at being spontaneous.
well, Katie knows that I am not so good at the improv, and I said, listen, I will do improv elements, just you got to give me a script. And she goes, that's not how it works. And I said, well, that's how it works with me anyway. So one last thing, and I don't want to keep dragging on, but so, Sweet Adeline's International recently released a behind the scenes of Dynasty, and
Oh,
Dynasty
it's
Quartet
great.
are friends of ours, and they just won they are the number one Sweet Adeline's quartet in the world. And
They're the 2026 Queens of Harmony.
yeah, and we met them, like, I think we all knew, like, I knew Michaela from other quartets, and I knew Jenny, because she was Debbie's sister and Debbie's daughter, and you knew Debbie. Anyway, so we knew all of them, but we really met them at the Brigade Harmony, Trouble Harmony Brigade,
Treble
which
Harmony
we
Brigade.
we emceed. Because Dynasty, that, like, that soap opera feel,
Yep.
we went into a soap opera theme. Uh-oh, my free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Thank you, Zoom.
Okay.
So we went into the soap opera theme. Long story short is while we were rehearsing, we decided, and we happened to be recording that rehearsal. We're like, we need to do a slap. Well, that went into a whole different thing because we learned that one of us was not good at the fake slap. Anyway, okay, so anyway, what was funny was we rehearsed it. And long story short, Dynasty put a slap element into their finals package on the international stage. And part of what I love about this is a lot of these competitions get, and they should be, they are not festivals, they are competitions, they are singing competitions. But when people put just rock solid singing and musicality and all that other stuff, and then add that element of humor and just clever packages, and it was a bobsled theme, and it was hilarious, and we got to watch them rehearse and have a little bit of input into like their delivery, and their comedic timing is just phenomenal. Like Jenny was hilarious, just all of them, all four of them were awesome.
It was so good.
But then on the BTS, on the behind the scenes, Debbie gave a shout out to us for stealing our slap, and I'm thinking, I guarantee you, they probably picked up the slap a lot quicker than we did. At least a lot quicker than I did. So anyway,
but they were kind enough, and honestly, they didn't have to say anything. We didn't have this agreement like, hey, we're gonna let you do this, but you gotta, But
this
they
slap brought to you by.
They were gracious enough, and then we had a lovely little text conversation with Debbie after that about just thanking them for doing that.
That meant a lot, and I just so many levels to that. But yeah, they are just phenomenal. I just keep watching their package. Their comedic timing is hilarious. So good. And you can, every time I watch it, I watch a different person's face. It's like, like watching Debbie react to her daughter, Michaela and Sarah being like
Sarah's delivery. Yeah. So good. It was so good.
Anyway, that was a nice surprise that came out when we saw that.
It was.
I call it BTS behind the slap. That's different, but anyway.
It's different than stitch tension. So.
Is it though?
Picking up a lot of stitch tension here.
I don't know.
I went to the crocheting event. There was a lot of tension.
I have apprehension about that. So anyway, I am all over the place today, but what I'm just really, really grateful is all the opportunities to make little tweaks in everything that we do that elevate it. And I love it. Again, whether it's a care package, whether it's slapping you, or letting you slap me, or highlighting all the ways that I don't know how to slap, or making eggs for your dad. All that stuff. I love it. So
yeah, it's good. It's the value
all those things are out there. They're like, everything's out there.
Yes, right? The value of moments, and moments are happening, and I try to get in the habit of writing down things my students say because they're fun. Like tonight, one of my kids was playing a piece, and he got to a page turn. And he stops, he pauses, and he goes, pretend there's a fermata, and he turns his page. I just thought that was so clever.
That's awesome.
So I wrote that down. Like, I just love like these moments, and we could breeze over them, or we could take and savor and do a full stop and then add a twist to it. It's just,
that's why we collect when funny things like that. This is the same as your Tales from the Bench, right? When something funny happens, we put it in a note, shove it in the bank, and we.
Is that 2026 already?
No, we didn't do it on New Year's Eve.
Sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. I thought.
Well, here's why. Because the 31st of December, what is the next day?
January.
Dry 1st. January. Right. So.
Oh, do you have to be drunk to do that? Is that how it works?
Well, I had to get rid of some of the stuff. We had to get rid of the Temptations, so whatever.
Too drunk to read last year's memories.
Thanks for driving. Hold my hand. So,
I never liked your mother. Okay. All right. Well, on that note.
Yeah, because anyway. No. Go out, make moments. They're all out there. It's so easy to do. It's so much fun to do, and it's fun to watch it be received. And that's the best part of it. So go make moments. Go make your dad eggs, and
go make snow ice cream or something.
Just not yellow snow. Who were we talking to about yellow snow?
Oh, your mom.
And what did she say? I said something about.
She said, "Why is it yellow?" And you said, "Why do you think?" And she said, "Because it was in the sun or something like that." You said something like, "Let me give you a tip. Don't eat yellow snow," and she didn't get it.
Yeah. And by the way, when the sun hits the snow, it's called water. So anyway.
All right. We are
Everybody go out
educators
there and
first.
just keep an eye on your yarn tension. And that means exactly what you think it means.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.